Okay, there we go. There we go.
Live from Brimfield High School, we have a barn burner in Class 1A between the number 2 Illini Bluffs Tigers and the number 1 Galena Pirates. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight's audio broadcast. I'm Dalton Carmine, joined in the booth by my partner, Harvey Newcomb. It's crunch time for both these 30-win teams that are having historic seasons. A win here in tonight's Super-Sectional will send them to a state semifinal at Redbird Arena in Normal. Harvey, emotions are high, excitement is high. How are you feeling about tonight's top-tier matchup?
The top tier would be an understatement. This is the best of the best in the area by far. We're probably going to see great offense, great defense, great all-around basketball. And for the fans, it's a packed gym, so we're probably going to be hearing a lot from them from this game as well. But it is playoff basketball, so ultimately anything can happen. Throw any predictions you have out the window because this is IHSA.
Absolutely. Great points, Harvey. Illini Bluffs coming in the season 30-4, 8-0 in the Tomahawk Conference, and Galena coming in 31-1, 10-0 in the Northwest Upstate Conference. But like you said, Harvey, IHSA playoff basketball, we're in super sectionals. Every team is elite. Anything can happen. These teams look to battle it out on the hardwood. What a great environment here from Brimfield.
Definitely, and this neutral site game, always an interesting one to have at a neutral site because you have equal fan support from both sides. Just next to us here, we do have the Illini Bluffs student section who's already standing up and the game has not even started. Meanwhile, for Galena, they are just a tad further, and by a tad, I mean many, many hours from Brimfield. So maybe not as much student support, but you still see lots of blue shirts and sweatshirts from the fans here. So pretty equal game in terms of fan momentum overall, but basketball momentum, time will tell as we're just about a minute from the national anthem here.
This has got to be one of the biggest student sections from a 1A school I have ever seen, Harvey, and not a short trip per se for Illini Bluffs, but as you said, a lot shorter for them compared to the sea of blue that is the Galena Pirates. It's about 30 seconds to go here until we get to our national anthem and starting lineups here from Brimfield. This team's looking to take home that super sectional and get to that promised land in Bloomington Normal Redbird Arena. Place will be packed as always. Semifinal matchups will be on Thursday morning. The exact times are TBA.
That's going to be a packed day.
Absolutely. Step aside just for a moment here on Clutch Sports Media for our national anthem. Back here on Clutch Sports Media. Last couple fans filing in, taking their seats, although there aren't many open ones left. Let's go ahead and dive into tonight's starting lineups here, Harvey. First for the Galena Pirates, visitors on the scoreboard. Number 0, Taylor Burkham, she's a senior. Number 4, Grace Furlong, their leading scorer, she is a junior. Number 10, a freshman, Nevaeh Hauber. And number 13, Leah Heller, also a freshman. And rounding it out, number 20, Addie Heffel. Illini Bluffs Tigers will counter with number 5, Brooke Buchan. Number 14, Reese Cruitt, a senior. Cruitt will be playing volleyball at ICC next year. Number 20, Annabelle Fortin. She had 20 points in their last game, a Heartland volleyball commit. Number 24, Marissa Robertson, a senior, and rounding it out with their leading scorer, number 32, Lily Lakoviak.
I mean, for Galena, this is a young team. They only have 2 seniors. We were talking about this before the game. They're going to have a lot of returning players next year, but focusing on this game, the fact that they're starting freshmen means that Coach Jamie Watson trusts these players to provide when they need to.
Absolutely, great point. And only 2 seniors on this entire Galena Pirates team, a team that's made it to the state semifinals 2 years in a row, starting 2 freshmen. Somebody said about that. Anything in particular stand out to you about Illini Bluffs Tigers?
For Illini Bluffs, obviously they're older, they're probably more battle-tested, but that ultimately doesn't count for much when skill comes into factor, because you do have seniors, but next year for this Illini Bluffs team, you have 2 sophomores on this team, Annabelle Reimer and Chloe Eaton, but neither of them, or both of them, will be coming back as juniors.
We are underway here in Brimfield, and the opening tip results in a jump ball immediately, and they're just going to do over the jump ball between the 2 tied-up players. That's Brooke Buchan and Nevaeh Hauber. And eventually it's going to be controlled by the Galena Pirates here. They give to their point guard, Addie Heffel, who gives to Grace Furlong. Furlong back to Heffel on the wing. Heffel looks to drive, gives back to Furlong. Now Furlong, a little handoff here to Taylor Burkham. Burkham swings it opposite corner. That's Heffel. Heffel drives baseline, and we have a foul on the floor. Galena will have the ball under the basket.
I like that despite that tense very first play after the jump ball, Galena is coming out of this calm, cool, and collected, forcing the foul there, but that does mean they're ultimately going to have to reset their possession.
Annabelle Fortin committing the pushing foul and bounds the ball to Hauber, who gives to Furlong. Furlong out to Burkham. Top of the key, gives back to Furlong. In the wing, a lot of perimeter play here from Galena, looking for any breathing room to get into the paint here. And inside dump off to Hauber, puts it up and in. They do get into the paint, and an early 2 off the layup for Hauber. Galena on the board first.
I like the way they're running these set plays. It's clear what they want to do and how they're going to do it, but let's see if that holds for the rest of the game.
And taken away quickly here by the Pirates. It is Furlong, a left-handed layup up and in. The Pirates off to an early 4-0 lead here. Just under 7 to go in the first quarter. Illini Bluffs slows it down. They're going to give to Buchan. Potentially looking to set up some offense here. Galena running in a very extended, looks like maybe a 2-3 zone in the corner there. That's Robertson. Robertson lost it out of bounds. They're going to keep it with the Tigers.
Important part of that zone defense is shifting and trapping in the corners, and that's exactly what Galena did there.
So far, so good from the Pirates as the Tigers in white, Pirates in blue. Tigers inbound the ball here. Far side, Lakoviak gives to Buchan. Buchan to Lakoviak. Drives left, nowhere to go. Back out top of the key, Buchan perhaps looking inside. No, she gives back to Lakoviak. Lakoviak looking inside. That zone of Galena not giving them any breathing room. Not a lot of breathing room to be had here in the early going. As here's Buchan. Buchan goes left and dishes to Fortin. Fortin back to Buchan. No penetration here from Illini Bluffs. Also no shots from the outside here in the corner. Here is Buchan, top of the key. Now she drives, tries to dish off there. Now out to the top of the key for 3. She hits it. They got it out to Fortin, who just had a little bit of space. She drills the 3. Illini Bluffs on the board, 4-3.
Illini got bailed out there. It looked like it was a broken play. Not quite sure what play they were trying to run there, but when in doubt, just air out the 3 ball and it might go in.
Furlong, 3 the other way is no good. Pulled down by Lakoviak. Illini Bluffs slows it down. Lukoviak still got it. Now gives to Buchan. Buchan surveying her options, has three players kind of in a triangle there surrounding her. 3-4 is her score. Galena's got the lead. Now Robertson. Robertson back to Buchan. Looks to the middle maybe. Tries to go back to Robertson. Stolen away. Eventually grabbed by Burkham. Or Bertram, pardon me. Gives to, that's Heffel in the corner. Back to Bertram. Bertram into the lane. Draws some contact. No, they're going to call a travel before she got that contact. It'll go back to the Tigers.
Interesting on that one. It looked like she maybe hesitated on that drive, which is ultimately what led to the travel.
Buchan brings the ball up for the orange and white and gives to Fortin. Fortin, as I mentioned, a very good athlete. Will play volleyball at Heartland next year. Now in the quarter, now it's inside to Cruitt. Cruitt back out top of the key. Buchan to Fortin, tries another three. It's too strong. Rebound Lukoviak. Lukoviak into the paint. Sidestep, puts it off the glass and in. Illini Bluffs has got their first lead. It's 5-4 with under 5 here in the first quarter.
This has only been just under half a quarter, but this has been a game of momentums, Dalton.
Heffel, the freshman, into the paint, no good. Pirates get the rebound, puts it back up, no good again as the freshman Halber couldn't get the put back to go, and the Tigers slow down with Fortin at about half court here, kind of being semi-trapped. She tosses it across court to Buchan.
What's interesting about Illini is that no one's really close together. They're spacing themselves out, but that's making for difficult passes.
Inside Lukoviak, she's got a little bit of a size advantage here. Spins around, puts it up, won't get it to go. Ball's tapped around, eventually grabbed by the freshman Heffel. She gets the rebound and keeps it. She brings the ball up, drives left, gives in the corner, back top of the key. Bertram thought about a three, thinks better of it, and gives to Furlong. Furlong now inside. That's Heffel. Heffel out to Bertram. She does shoot a three. A little bit too strong. Ball's loose. Grabbed by Furlong in the corner. Being hounded by a couple Tiger defenders. Does get it back out top of the key to Bertram. Cross court down on the block. Layup is no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's won by the Tigers. Reese Cruitt with her first rebound. Cruitt gives to Fortin.
Good hustle there on that rebound, making sure you don't give up another offensive rebound. That was a very long possession for Galena, but ultimately resulted in no bucket.
Good ball movement from Galena as well. Got two layups. Couldn't get either of them to go. Here's a three the other way. It's too strong. Rebound strongly grabbed by Furlong. That was Fortin missing the three. Now Furlong keeps it. Dishes to Bertram. Thought about a three. Drives left. Free throw line. Gives to Heffel. Heffel to her freshman teammate, Heller. Heller puts it up and in. A nice spin move on the block. Eventually broke herself free and lays it up and in. 5-6 in favor of the Pirates here in the early going. Now in the corner here, that is Robertson, almost threw it away. Now Burkham in the corner, Lukoviak. Lukoviak on the wing, cross-court pass. Now that's Fortin that's got it. Fortin, Lukoviak will try three. Just off to the right, strong rebound to Bertram. And almost lost it. Galena is able to retain possession. Here's Bertram. Gives to Heffel. Heffel into the corner. Now number 13, that's Heller. Heller, the freshman. Now here's Furlong with it, drives right side, and we have a foul. They're going to get it in on number 14. That's Cruitt of the Tigers.
And on that one, you saw Galena almost looked like they were trying to force the foul there rather than drive to the basket, and that is ultimately what happened there. So you see some substitutions coming in for Galena. Maya McCoy checking in.
Maya McCoy, the sophomore, as Bertram will inbound it for the Pirates. They have a 1 point lead, just over 2 to go in the first quarter. Now inside on the block. Referee blocking our view, but we're going to have a jump ball as the ball was loose. Looked like Marissa Robertson tied up. Got that jump ball. Possession's going to go back to the Tigers. They look to retake the lead.
Great hustle from both teams in this game so far, both playing like it is the last game that they might play, because it might be.
One team is going to be playing their last game here in Brimfield. Brooke Buchan gives to Annabelle Fortin, back to Buchan. A lot of cross-court passes here against this Galena zone. The zone's been pretty successful so far. Inside to Lukoviak. That's exactly what the Tigers want to do. She goes up with the layup. Almost got the and one, but she'll go to the line for two.
And on that one, opting to take it herself, ultimately the smart decision, as it does result in 2 free throws, but she did have a teammate open in the corner, But Illini Bluffs may be opting to stay away from the three-point shots, considering that they've been largely unsuccessful to start this game.
Koviak's first free throw is up and in, and that will tie the game at 6. Koviak, Illinois Central College in Peoria, is where she'll be playing her college ball at least for 2 years. She scored 26 in their sectional semifinal matchup. Her second free throw touches every part of the rim and eventually falls through. Tigers back on top, under 2 to go in the first quarter.
I like this game. It's back and forth, Dalton.
Just what we expected, if we're being honest here. Here's Furlong, their leading scorer. Gives to Heffel. Heffel with it gives to Burcham. Burcham being hounded by the defender. She's going to shoot at Jay. It won't go. Rebound, Lakoviak. Lakoviak looking to push it. She does not have numbers, but she does not care. All the way into the rack. And they're going to get a foul on the reach. I believe they're going to call it on the floor here, Harvey.
If this is not in continuation, that will not be free throws. Looked like it could have been, but that was ultimately a shooting motion was not made. Lakoviak almost went coast to coast.
She was definitely looking to. Now, inbound pass to the corner for 3. Too strong. Rebound to Eaton. And gives to Annabelle Fortin. Chloe Eaton, the sophomore, checking into the game. They're grabbing that rebound for the Pirates. Here's Fortin, top of the key, directing traffic.
The Pirates not afraid to dip into their bench early.
Fortin still with it, a little hop step into the rack. Got some contact, but no call. Ball's loose. Looked like it was off a blue jersey. It is. Illini Bluffs retakes possession with a 1-point lead and just over 1 to go.
Galena had a promising start to this game, but they've gone a bit cold apart from that first minute where they scored 4 of their 6 points.
Buchan, the point guard for the Tigers, bringing the ball up. Another cross-court pass to Fortin. And that was lost. It's tipped around. Ball's loose, and there's going to be a foul. Not sure who it's on. Looks like it's going to be on a Pirate. It is. Not quite sure what the call is here. Don't have the best angle.
Both teams very scrappy for those loose balls. See Davis checking in for the Tigers.
Foul was on Illini Bluffs, my mistake. Illini Bluffs does have the lead 7-6, 47 seconds to go. And Grace Furlong taking your time. Now gives to Burcham. Now Burcham to Heffel. Back to Furlong. Furlong looking to get on the board. Back out top Burcham. Burcham to Heffel, the senior. Senior Heffel back to Burcham.
And they have 2 choices here. Either they can go 2 for 1 or they can go for the last shot.
Think that they're going to hold for it and go for the last shot here. As here's Maya McCoy, gives to Burcham. Still at the top of the key here. Not a whole lot of penetration yet on this possession for the Pirates. 10 seconds to go now. Now 9. That's Heffel with it. Heffel to McCoy. McCoy to Burcham. Burcham to Furlong. She's got the 4 to shoot. Inside, a nice J from Heffel. Won't get it to go. Rebound fought for. McCoy comes out with it. She's got to shoot it. She does not get a shot off. That'll take us to the end of what was a pretty hectic first quarter.
Pretty hectic first quarter, but not much of a score to show for it. Lots of scrapping on both sides. Good defensive plays. Decent amount of fouling as well, but with obviously the new rule change, you've been talking about it all season, the fouls will be resetting.
You get these aggressive zone defenses that both of these teams know how to play extremely well, obviously. That's why they find themselves in a super sectional. Obviously, that's going to lead to a couple fouls as both student sections kind of battling it out here in Brimfield. Who's got the louder chant? 7-6 is your score. About ready to go. Start of the second quarter in this super sectional matchup.
I think the Bluffs, they looked, while they do have the lead, obviously they're up by 1, they looked uncomfortable against the Pirates zone. They weren't really able to get inside for the most part unless it was Lakoviak taking it herself, but they were denying entry passes, the Pirates were, and the Bluffs, they were settling for the 3s, and they only made 1 out of their many attempts. So we'll see if Jim Belville, their coach for the Bluffs, will look to change their game plan for the second quarter and for the rest of the game as well.
Definitely. I think penetration could be the key here to a victory for both teams, really, although Fortin did step up and hit a 3 for Illini Bluffs' first 3 points of the game. Low scoring first quarter is 7-6. We are underway in the second quarter here. Galena controls it, and that's Heffel. Heffel keeps it. Right wing gives to Burcham. Now Burcham surveys her options. She's got Haber in the post, potentially, the freshman. Here's Furlong, the leading scorer, back out to Burcham. Bertram, top of the key, fakes the pass, looking for anything as white and orange jerseys everywhere hounding her. Bertram now gives to Furlong on the wing. Back out top of the key, Bertram now when they go inside. Heffel, nice crossover, lost it, but it's retained. That's Heller retains possession, now Bertram gives to Furlong, a nice floater in the lane. In and out, goes to Buchan. Buchan controls the rebound. Illini Bluffs slows it down. Now Buchan to Annabelle Fortin, who's got a three-pointer already. Buchan got wide open in the corner. She's going to try three. It's swatted away in the corner. What a block. Looked like Marissa Robertson was lining up a wide open three from the corner. Bertram comes out of nowhere and sends it into her own student section.
That's an excellent closeout. That's what every coach loves to preach, closing out on those corner threes. Obviously, you want to get a contest, but ultimately, it's a block, not just a contest.
Tigers inbound the ball, almost turn it over. They do turn it over. That's Heffel. She's got Furlong on the opposite block on the fast break. Fakes the pass. It goes up and scores. Heffel, the senior, she's got 5 early points, and the Pirates back on top, 8-7, 6:44 left to go in the second quarter.
That's a great fake and the offhand layup as well. Faking out the Bluffs defense there.
Lob inside Lukoviak. She forces one up. It won't go. The freshman Hauber with the rebound. Pirates head the other way, boasting that 1-point lead. Here's Heffel. Heffel calls out some instructions. She's being hounded here by Buchan. It's been a good matchup to follow, at least thus far. Here's Bertram.
Bertram being face guarded constantly.
Bertram's got Brenna Davis on her. And Bertram gives to Furlong. Furlong just with 1 point here in the early going. She's their leading scorer. I want to get her going. Here's the freshman Nevaeh Hauber, gives back to Furlong on the wing. Galena moving around, looking for any breathing room they can get. Here's Heffel, nice spin move along the baseline. Gives back out, she'll try three. No, they're gonna get a travel. That was Leah Heller lining up for the three. She's freshman, looked like she was chopping her feet before she let that one go.
Heller attempting to set her feet there, but ultimately maybe took one too many steps there. Obviously, shooting coaches will teach the 1-2 step jump shot, but she might have did the 1-2-3 step.
Perhaps, as here's Fortin gives to Buchan. Both defenses playing really well here in the early going. Here's Buchan again inside Lukoviak, looking for any breathing room. Swings to the corner. Thought about a three. Robertson puts up a J. It won't go. Rebound fought for. It'll head the other way. Pirates basketball.
Despite the fact that that possession didn't end up in any points for the Bluffs, I actually like the way they ran that. Koviak's got quite a bit of gravity there.
That was Brenna Davis, pardon me, off the bench, missing that J, although she got a pretty good look. Here's Heffel, the senior. One of 2 seniors on this Galena Pirates team. She gives to Furlong. Now Furlong to Heller. Now far corner back to Furlong. She's got to shoot a floater. Won't get it to go. Ball's loose, eventually grabbed by Brenna Davis. The junior, she'll hold on to it. Now she'll give to Annabelle Fortin. Fortin on the wing, inside Lukoviak, a good look. Nice step through, she puts it up and in. And the leading scorer for Illini Bluffs, Lily Lukoviak, is on the board, and they've got the lead right back with under 5 to go.
Telling you, Lukoviak able to just go into the lane effortlessly. They've got a double teamer from here on out.
Furlong to Heller. A couple names called quite a bit here. Bertram in the middle, perhaps looking for something. Now she steps out and takes a three, a little bit too strong. Rebound to the Tigers. That's Chloe Eaton off the bench, grabbing a very strong rebound. And here is Fortin, passes inside, and there's going to be a foul. Lukoviak grabbed that ball. Looked like she might have gotten hacked by Bertram.
Pretty clean game for the most part in the second quarter until that foul. Pretty much no clock stoppage apart from turnovers. Well, I like the cleanliness from both teams.
I like the movement, the defensive movement from both teams. Ball is inbounded now. Try three, just a bit off to the left, and the Pirates grab the rebounds. That was Marissa Robertson. Throw it up, the three won't get it to go. Now the Pirates got it. Bertram top of the key. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Illini Bluffs with a 9-8 lead, and that one's out of bounds. It will stay with the Pirates. Now 4:06 to go. Bertram to inbound the ball under the basket for the Pirates. See what head coach Jamie Watson has in store here. Pass to the right wing, that's Furlong. Furlong inside. Heller got some space, and she's not going to miss that one. Harvey Heller just got a little bit of space off the screen, knocks down the J, puts the Pirates back up top. Now breakaway the other way. Fantastic press break from the Tigers. And that is number 12. That's Chloe Eaton off the bench with her first 2.
Perfect play awareness.
Ball's kicked around. What a play. My goodness. Annabelle Fortin comes flying in as that ball is going out of bounds. Threw it off the opposition, and Illini Bluffs with a 1-point lead gets that ball right back.
Out of a bit of a pinball game there. With ultimately the great IQ move by throwing it off the Pirate.
Here is Burkham, who gives to Fortin. Fortin in the corner. That's McCoy, and they're going to call her on a carry. I think that's the right call, Harvey.
Yeah, it looked like she was once again hesitant. A lot of those carries and travels come from hesitation, and the first timeout taken by either team here.
Turnover by the Tigers. Gives the ball back to the Pirates. Tigers do have a 1-point lead. First timeout is called by Galena. Been a great defensive battle so far. Close game as everybody anticipated here.
And I like, and obviously, as a fan, you love watching those offensive shootouts, but as a diehard fan, you love the defensive battles even more. Both teams, they've been running the set plays well. Their shots just haven't always been falling. A lot of the baskets have come on the fast break off of open shots and those easy layups as well. Apart from that difficult shot from Heller, though.
A couple wide open threes from a couple teams after they moved the ball around for a bit. Just neither team able to get them to go for the most part, other than Fortin at the beginning of the game. Illini Bluffs with that 11-10 lead. Threes across the board here in the second quarter. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to go. Both teams break huddles. It'll be Pirates basketball after using their first timeout.
Like the different lineups that both of these teams are using. Not afraid to switch things up when things aren't working, as we see both teams deadlocked pretty much.
Lots of off-ball movement here from the Pirates. Now on the wing, that's Furlong. Furlong driving hard, gives to Heffel, thought about a 3. Heffel to the free throw line, nice spin move up and under. Won't get it to go, the freshman with the rebound, puts it up. Won't get it to go, and another rebound. Ball's fought for, and that was Nevaeh Halber, the freshman, got the rebound, couldn't get the putback to go, and a jump ball is eventually whistled. The ball goes back to the Tigers with a 1-point lead.
Possession arrow, lots of different changes in this game, and the baseball pass.
Another great press break, ends in a layup. Just how they drew it up. Chloe Eaton, her second layup of the game. Tigers really getting the better of the Pirates when it comes to press break. Beautiful baseball pass off the inbound, as you mentioned there, partner. Here's Furlong, top of the key, looking to get something going. A little bit of scoring drought here for the Pirates, despite some good looks. That's Heller. The freshman gives to Heffel. Heffel to Burcham, who slows it down, gives to Furlong. Furlong with a Kloviak on her. Been a great matchup. Kloviak's gotten the better of her on the defensive end, at least thus far. Here's Burcham back to Furlong in the corner. Kloviak again hounding her there.
Kloviak has that height advantage, able to put her hands up and block Furlong for doing that much.
Nice look inside to the freshman. That's Nevaeh Halber gets the layup. Great patience from the Pirates. A good pass down to Halber on the low block. And Halber's got her first 2 of the game. Tigers the other way. Lakoviak top of the key, looking to use that size advantage, and she traveled. Ball back to the Pirates.
Again, the momentum shifting second by second almost. And that last play, that pristine entry pass to Harbour, that's what Galena has needed all game, and they finally got it. Hopefully we'll see more of those for their sake.
Heffel slows it down and throws to Burcham. Now Burcham in the corner, Furlong. Couple off-ball screens there, set by Heller, the freshman. Or probably Halber, the freshman. Now Burcham into the paint. That's Heffel. Heffel fakes. Up and under, puts it up and in. Smooth as silk for number 20 in blue. She's got a couple more points, and the Pirates have a lead right back.
And Heffel, is that 10 points on the box score for her?
Not quite sure how many she's at. Here's the 3 the other way. It won't go. Rebound Lakoviak, but she lost it. Now she retains it. Steps aside, puts one up and gets it to go. Fancy footwork for the Tigers' leading scorer, and the Tigers back on top by 1 and just over a minute to go in the first half.
So many lead changes back and forth for both of these teams. You love to see it.
Defensive battle for sure, both sides, but passing has really been the key to getting those open looks. Who would have thought, Harvey?
Passing is the key to any offense in basketball. If you can't pass, you can't score.
Bertram to Furlong. Furlong to Halber. Halber back to Furlong on the wing. 42 seconds to go. Furlong looking to drive, being hounded by Buchan. Now into the corner. Heffel thought about a three, drives baseline. Reach but no call. Bertram into the paint. A nice floater off the glass, and it's in. Bertram getting her name into the scoring column. Pirates right back on top. 24 seconds to go. Galena dropping back much earlier. Don't want to get burned again as we head into halftime. Here's Lukoviak. She picked up her dribble. Looking for some help here. She finds it in Buchan. Buchan being hounded by Furlong. Now in the corner, that's Eaton. Eaton back out to Robertson. Robertson in the corner for three. She got it to beat the buzzer. That is number 20, Annabelle Fortin, her second three of the game, right at the buzzer to give Illini Bluffs an 18-16 lead heading into halftime. Great ball movement from the Tigers. Ends in a three-pointer, and more importantly, Harvey, ends in some momentum heading into the locker room.
And that was the shot that they needed on that one. The momentum swinger coming into halftime. You can hear the student section erupting after that one, hoping for that three. And Fortin going to be someone to watch out for from beyond the arc in the second half.
She's the only player out there with 2 3-point makes thus far this evening. None bigger than that one, at least to this point here at halftime. 18-16 your score. Both defenses playing well, but I don't know if it was just me, Harvey, but near the end of that second quarter, a couple more open looks for both sides. We saw the layup from the freshman Halber off some good ball movement from the Pirates. And Lukoviak got some free space in the paint for the Tigers, putting that one up and in. What would you say is the major key for both teams heading into the second half?
It's those entry passes that we've been talking about. Both teams running more or less similar defenses. That zone that hounds players on the perimeter and tries to trap them in corners, that's what's ultimately shut down Furlong for a lot of this game. They're going to have to find a way to utilize her, the Pirates will. But really, basketball is a team game. It's a team effort. You need contributions from every player. Bertram has stepped up late in this, as well as Heffel. Heffel has 10 points, and Harber has 4 as well. Not necessarily a balanced attack from Galena. You're going to want to see more of a balanced offensive attack in that second half. But really, it's anyone's game. We'll see you in the second half.
Absolutely. Just 2 points separate these two. We'll step aside just for a moment here on Clutch Sports Media.
Make sure to heat up that slice of pizza and crack open your sparkling water. Make sure to support your local booster clubs as well, no matter where you are. Give these student athletes what they need to achieve.
Step aside here on Clutch Sports Media for just a couple minutes. Got just over 9 to go until the start of our second half. Don't go anywhere. Going to be a wild second half here from Brimfield. 18-16, Illini Bluffs with the lead. Be right back in just a few on Clutch Sports Media. Back here on Clutch Sports Media, Super-Sectional is on the line, and it's a tight one. Illini Bluffs 18, Galena 16. Lots on the line, a trip to state semifinals in Bloomington Normal. Both of these teams so close, they can taste it. And Harvey, let's talk some players here. Leading scorer on the game, perhaps surprisingly, is Galena's Addie Heffel. She's already in double digits. She's got 10 of Galena's 16.
Maybe not necessarily a driving force of the offense day in and day out, but the whole point of the playoffs is for anyone to step up at any given time, and that's what these players need to be ready for, no matter whether you're a freshman, a senior at the end of the bench, or a marquee player in the starting lineup. You need to be ready, and that is what she has shown so far.
It's really jumped out to me about her game is her decision making, and perhaps you expect that from a senior that's one of your starters. You expect them to make the right decisions, right? But she has really been smart. I don't think she's turned the ball over once. She's taking her time, whether she's at the top of the key or down low on the block, putting a shot up, or grabbing a rebound, making an outlet pass. No matter what it is, she's taking her time. She's making the right decisions and not making those silly, costly turnovers that can send you home, Harvey.
Right, she consistently makes the smart play. There are two plays in particular from her that just scream finesse from her. And obviously finesse, an important skill to have as a basketball player at any level, but especially here in this game, at this level, in this playoffs. But two shots in particular, one of them that leaner from the baseline, able to basically swish it, nothing but nylon, and then the next play, almost like the fake pass, the Euro step into the offhand left-handed layup. That was some great prowess from her, showing that she has skills and can be a three-level scorer.
And on the flip side for the Tigers, their league scorer with 8, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, is Lily Lakoviak. A couple times she's gotten the ball in the paint, kind of the same thing as we were just talking about for Heffel. When Lakoviak gets the ball in the paint, her footwork and her ability to knock those shots down, borderline unmatched.
And it's a combination of footwork and power as well. She's able to kind of just go right in there, not necessarily bulldoze, as she's able to control her movements and make sure that she doesn't commit any charging fouls. But she's drawn multiple fouls in this game, knocked down her free throws, but also makes those baskets as well, especially when they're tough shots with 1, 2, even 3 defenders on her.
Absolutely, and I think they might want to get her a couple more paint touches. I think Illini Bluffs is at their best, at least in this game, when they get Lakoviak that ball in the paint. And she can either go up or she can look out to Fortin, who's knocked down a couple threes. Aside from that, both teams, of course, looking to get to the state semifinals. If Galena wins this, Harvey, this will be their 3rd consecutive trip to the state semifinals. Last year, they lost in the semifinals to eventual champion Oakville, who's still in it this year, by the way. But they were able to salvage that third-place game, beating Champaign St. Thomas More, who happens to be my alma mater. I'm not salty or anything. And on Illini Bluffs side, struggled last year. 19-13, not a bad record whatsoever, but they lost a little bit earlier than they would have hoped in that regional final.
I mean, it pales in comparison to how they've played this season overall.
Absolutely a completely different Illini Bluffs team, yet more of the same in terms of the success factor of the Galena Pirates. And the Galena Pirates will control the ball coming out of halftime. We are ready to go. Bertram to inbound it to Heffel. Second half, these ladies going to leave it all out there. Their season on the line. We are underway in the second half. Heffel controls it, starts directing traffic, and immediately gets a screen from Furlong. Now over the top to Furlong. Furlong, a nice catch. Lost it, but retains it. Bertram at top of the key. Spin move. She lost it. Now grabs it, and an early whistle. It will be a jump ball in possession to the orange and white of Illini Bluffs.
Might be getting a bit of deja vu here, because guess what the first play of the game was? A jump ball.
There we go. Fortin now full court press here, being busted out by Coach Watson and the Pirates here as Bertram hounds Robertson. Robertson gives to Fortin. Fortin in the corner. Lakoviak wide open. Rattles it off the rim. It won't go. Ball on the floor. How about another jump ball, Harvey? This one's going to go to the Pirates.
Well,
good press break there to get Lakoviak the open shot. Just couldn't get it to go.
And Lakoviak, she had all day to shoot that, and 9 times out of 10, she's making that one. I guess that was number 10.
Fortin brings the ball up for the Galena Pirates and gives to Bertram. little bit of extra off-ball movement here. They're running Furlong along the baseline. Now she comes up to get the ball at the top of the key, gets a screen from Halber. Now hands to Heffel. Heffel back to Furlong, drives hard. She's got to step on the defense. Everything but the finish. Ball's tapped around. The Pirates will retain possession. Now inside, up and in is Halber, the freshman. She has 4 points. Gets that ball under the basket. Calm, cool, collected, lays it in.
That is her 3rd basket of the game, and you know, Heffel making that perfect pass. We saw her do that to Harbor earlier in the first half. Again, making that smart play just as we were talking about.
Robertson to Buchan, the point guard. Now she gets a screen from Lukoviak. And Buchan tries to go out to Lukoviak. Galena fans want to travel. No travel call. That's Robinson in the corner. Now Buchan drives hard on the defense. She's going to take it all the way up too strong. And that ball's going to go out of bounds and stay with Illini Bluffs. Reese Krubit went up for the rebound. Almost had it. She hit the deck hard.
And then that ball is going to go off of Heffel. Looked like she just wasn't able to quite corral that one.
Illini Bluffs will keep the basketball, however, as Fortin all the way in the corner, opposite corner from us, to inbound the ball and throws top of the key, Lukoviak. Lukoviak back to Fortin. She'll try a 3. She got it. Nothing but nylon. Fortin's got her 3rd 3 of the game. Illini Bluffs on top 21-18. Just over 6 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And she just lives beyond the 3-point arc.
Great job by Fortin to get that ball in and immediately set herself up in the corner. Here's a 3 the other way from Heffel. That one's short. Rebounds to Cruitt. Cruitt, nice bounce pass to Buchan. Buchan will slow it down and bring it up, looking to give Illini Bluffs their biggest lead of the game. Buchan being hounded by Leah Heller. Now a nice bounce pass, and looks like Coach Belleville's going to take a timeout. Didn't like something he saw from the offense there.
That's a smart timeout. Their play got broken and they got trapped just a little bit. This is the perfect time for them to reset, calm themselves down, make sure they play with the discipline that we saw them play with in the first half, and continue this momentum. That last possession obviously ending up in that 3-pointer. They're going to want to continue more of the same. But a crucial miss from the Pirates there. You saw Heffel tried to answer that 3 back, but was ultimately unable to. And Illini Bluffs, despite their prowess coming into this game, 3 points has pretty much been their largest lead. Pirates able to pretty much match them thus far.
Been neck and neck through and through in this super-sectional matchup as play resumes with Robertson inbounding the ball. Lukoviak might have a step here. She does, inside of the paint, puts it up and in. Lukoviak into double digits. And the biggest lead of the game for Illini Bluffs, 23-18, 5:37 to go in the 3rd quarter.
When she gets it going like that, you've got to double team her. That's your only hope.
Absolutely. Can't stop her, can only hope to contain her, perhaps. The other way, the Pirates with Furlong, it gives to Heffel. Slowing things down, Burcham now on the wing. Now throws to Heller, the freshman. Heller to Furlong. Furlong a step back 3, that misses everything. Ball's loose, Lukoviak a long rebound. Looking to maybe push it behind the back. A nice move. Nice crossover on Furlong. Lukoviak into the paint. Thinks better of it. It kicks out to the top of the key. As here is Buchan. Buchan gets a little ghost screen there. Now gives to Fortin. Fortin inside. Lukoviak blocking foul. No shot. Blocking foul is going to go on Pirates number 0, Taylor Burcham, pardon me. Nice job by Lukoviak to establish positioning, and Burcham just barely didn't get her feet set.
It was a smart play in theory, but the execution of it was just a tad off, and that's what led to the blocking foul.
Lukoviak Euro step into the paint off the front iron and in. Lukoviak feeling it. 25-18 the lead. Lukoviak's got 12.
It's their biggest lead for the Bluffs, just as I was saying earlier. They couldn't crack the 3-point lead beyond that, but now up to 7. They hope to continue building their lead from here.
Grace Furlong, haven't called her name, the leading scorer. She's no points yet to this point. She drives to the paint and tries to change that. No shot. The shot did go in, but it'll be waved off. Foul on the floor. It's like Furlong heard me over here in the booth, aggressively going to the rack.
Furlong, she's hoping to get her offense going, but you've got to be careful to not force it.
Burcham inbound, gets the ball right back, puts it up and in. Very smooth tape-to-tape passing there from the Pirates. Bertram gets the ball right off of her own inbound and lays it up and in.
Love that play there. A little bit of trickery there. Staying home after making that inbounds pass.
And that was Buchan throwing the ball over to us here, Harvey. I think she was looking for Fortin off that pass and cut. Luckily, a student from Illini Bluffs jumped right in front of our equipment. But turnover nonetheless, ball back to the Pirates.
It's the closest I've been to playing a basketball game in years.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with that one, Harvey. I haven't played in quite some time. Watching both defenses makes me a little bit thankful that I don't play. I want to be out there with the ball in my hands, that's for sure. Galena with the ball, putting it up and getting blocked is the freshman Heller. Looks like she touched it last, though.
Maybe it did get tipped, but either way, was determined was last off her.
Last off Heller. No, they're going to overturn it. I believe that's the right call. I think a Illini Bluffs player got a hand on the shot from the freshman Heller. So the ball will stay with the Pirates. Pirates trailing by 5, 3:46 to go in the third quarter. And it will be Heffel, the Pirates leading scorer, to inbound it. She throws over the top to Bertram. Bertram hands off to Heffel. Heffel with Robertson on her. Heffel drives left and another foul on the floor. A very nice finish from Heffel, but again, that one whistled before Heffel could get that right arm up there and put it in.
That's the second play in a row in that possession where they've had a drive that would have been a basket without that foul, but the foul ultimately preventing the basket. Bluffs using their foul strategically in a way.
Bertram, the Pirates perhaps a little bit quicker off the bounce. Now pass inside. I think they're going to get a jump ball.
The officials making sure no extracurriculars occur there.
Can't blame them the way this game's been going. It is jump ball. Ball back to the Tigers as Halbert tried to corral it. Pass was kind of near her feet, though. Tigers got it now. Galena sticking with this full court press. They trail by 5. Ball does get inbounded to Robertson. Marissa Robertson, senior, puts the moves on Taylor Bertram. Bertram picks her pocket, though. Robertson retains the possession. Now pass inside, up, and it won't go. Rebound off the hands of the freshman Halbert. She touched it last. She'll tell you she probably should have had that one, but regardless, ball stays with the Illini Bluffs.
She had no other choice. She had to save that one because she touched the ball last, ultimately unable to, and almost gives the Bluffs a second wind on this possession.
Fortin over here by us, throws it to nobody. Turnover, Tigers. Furlong the other way. Strong take up and in on Lukoviak. Pirates back within 3 with just over 3 to go in the third quarter. Illini Bluffs quickly breaks the press with Fortin. Fortin with Heffel working on her. She stepped on the line. Turnover. Right back to the Pirates. A chance to tie it or put the game within just 1 point. Pirates fans getting a little bit into it here, Harvey.
Pirates have been struggling a little bit in this third quarter, but these past few possessions have changed that overall. And what a good time to have the first bucket come from Furlong. As the lead is down to just 3 now.
Coach Watson's squad cool, calm, and collected here. Now just under 3 to go as Heffel throws in the corner to Heller, the freshman. Now Heller back up top to Hauber, her freshman buddy. Here's Heffel into Bertram on the wing. Bertram top of the key. Heller to Heffel. Heffel cross court to Bertram. Bertram looking for any kind of penetration. She snaps back and now top of the key again to Heller. Heller to Heffel. Now Heffel looking for some penetration. Good defense though by Illini Bluffs. They just got to throw it out top. Illini Bluffs, good perimeter defense. This is what they're going to need if they're going to win this one.
Ooh, she thought about that.
Bertram thought about pulling one from well beyond the three-point line, and that's going to be a travel there as Heffel drug her foot. Illini Bluffs, Lukoviak will take it out on the opposite end. Galena sticking with this press. Now baseball pass. Clear to the other side. It's off the back of the Pirates player. Bertram is going to come up with it. Turnover off the inbound. And bodies hit the floor. There's going to be no foul on that one, and they're going to call it off of Bertram. Out of bounds, Illini Bluffs basketball, yes.
I don't think she expected to be stopped in her tracks there because you saw once she hit that Bluffs player, she lost the ball, ultimately went out of bounds. Surprised no fouls were called on that, as you saw there was a bit of chippy play from the baseball pass all the way up to that out of bounds play.
Roberts on the sideline, inbounds to Buchan, who gives to Robertson. Robertson lost it, another turnover, Harvey. Perhaps the nerves getting to these young ladies on the court. Galena gets the ball right back, and Coach Watson wants a timeout, and wisely so, just under 2 to go in third quarter.
And you got to prevent these mental mistakes, especially when you're at this point in the game towards the end of the third quarter. You thought that you would be getting these early game jitters out of the way, as I like to call them, but you got to make sure to stay calm, cool, collected, stay disciplined, make sure that the lights aren't too bright. Maybe the increased fan support from both sides playing a part here.
Early game jitters perhaps turning into late game jitters, which is not what you want to see from either side, as Super-Sectional Championship is on the line. We saw some good passes and nice open shots in the first quarter that just weren't falling, or first half, pardon me, that just weren't falling, and the turnovers have skyrocketed for both sides here, and I think this timeout called by Coach Watson kind of to calm the nerves of his Pirates squad. That's 31-1. They're not really used to being in this position as they trail by 3.
But both teams, they've been using these timeouts sparingly, just the second timeout from Galena, whereas Illini Bluffs only taken 1 so far. It might be a timeout-ridden fourth quarter.
It's a close game, and they're going to need those timeouts in that fourth quarter. Here's another turnover, quickly taken the other way. That's Chloe Eaton. She takes it all the way after picking off the pass. Illini Bluffs back up by 5. And Chloe Eaton off the bench has got 6, Harvey.
Eaton looking like an NFL free safety there with that interception, and almost pretty much ran it back for the 2 points.
Furlong gives to Burcham beyond the 3-point line, looking for anything inside, but Lakoviak and the Tigers not allowing that. Here is Heffel. Heffel gives to Burcham. Burcham drives left, keeps it now, kick it to the corner for 3. That's Heffel. She gets it to go. A huge 3-pointer for the Pirates, who find themselves within 2 points now. Illini Bluffs quickly the other way, just under a minute to go. And now they slow it down here, as that's Buchan gives to Fortin. Tried to go inside. Good defense from Furlong. It hit off of Furlong's leg. Tigers retain possession.
That's a good deflection, though. If Furlong hadn't deflected that, that would have been an easy drive on the baseline and possibly 2 more points. And, you know, the difference between a 1-score game and a 2-score game at this point is crucial.
Miscommunication by the Pirates allowed Chloe Eaton wide open under the basket. She can't get the layup to go, but is fouled. Eaton to the line, looking for points number 7 and 8. What big ones they would be.
Definitely, and again, making both of these free throws crucial, but a good foul at the same time by Galena, because you're not giving up the easy 2 points. But she's a good free throw shooter, so
Eaton,
high chance that she'll knock down both of them.
Eaton, the sophomore's first free throw is up and in, gives Tigers a 3-point lead. Her second one in the air, it's short, rebounds to the Pirates. That's Furlong, strongly coming down with it, keeping the ball. And she'll say to Addie Heffel, I got it. Now she gives to Burcham, pardon me.
Might have given Eaton the announcer's curse there,
perhaps,
by accident.
Happens to the best of us, that's for sure. Happened to me a number of times in my young broadcasting career. 20 seconds to go. Galena's going to hold for the last shot, I think, wisely here, as Heffel being hounded by Fortin. Heffel gives to McCoy. McCoy getting a couple minutes here off the bench, the sophomore. Now inside Heffel. It's go time now with 5 seconds left. Burcham, step back 3, gives to Heffel. Heffel launches a 3. Just off to the right. Rebound to Tigers, not going to matter as time expires. And we go into the fourth quarter with the 30-4 Illini Bluffs Tigers leading Galena 28-25. Oh man, we got a good finish on our hands here from Brimfield, don't we, Harvey?
Definitely, and we thought that the Illini Bluffs, they would pull away, but ultimately Pirates have been able to stick with them, but they still find themselves down by 3, and what they're going to need to do is just pace themselves. Make sure not to use all their energy, all their stamina in the early portion of this fourth quarter trying to get back. Play the long game. Make sure to spot those cracks in the Tigers' defense wherever they may be and whenever they may come. But really, again, any team's game. I said this at the start of the second half, but this is top-tier teams clashing together. Lots of loose balls, lots of scrapping. The perfect game if you are a fan of basketball.
And when we say top-tier, folks, we're not talking, top 20 in 1A. We are talking number 1 and number 2 doing battle here in Brimfield. And I think if you're Illini Bluffs, stay within yourself. You alluded to that a little bit earlier. Stay within yourself. stay cool, calm, collected, break that press of Galena.
Play your own game.
Absolutely, play your own game. If that look to Lukoviak is in there, I don't see why you shouldn't go into her, as she's your leading scorer with 12 right now. But we are underway here in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes to determine a super sectional champion. Galena trails by 3. Bertram inside to Heffel. Heffel gives to Furlong. Furlong back to Bertram, who launches a long 3. That's going to be well short. Long rebound goes to Fortin. Illini Bluffs the other way. Fortin looking to push it. Now in the corner, that's Buchan. Finds the cutting teammate, and it's up and in. That is Chloe Eaton again, making her presence known off the bench. Kind of the trailer, if you will. Catching and stayed calm, drilling that J, putting Illini Bluffs back up by 5. Just over 7 to go. Here is Heffel for the Pirates. Good defense by Fortin. That's a double dribble. And Coach Watson not very happy with the call. She thought that ball got tipped by Fortin, who was defending Heffel, but the ref disagreed, said Heffel got both hands on it. Double dribble, turnover, Pirates. Tigers control the ball, and they have a 5-point lead as there's a foul on the inbound. I believe they're going to get Furlong on the block, trying to get that steal on the press. Yes, they are going to get Furlong. Neither team really in foul trouble here. Looking up at the scoreboard, Harvey, I don't see a number bigger than 2. That could definitely play a part as this game concludes.
When you get into 3 or 4 foul territory in the fourth quarter, you have to be careful because that means you can't play as aggressively, and that might end up meaning you give up more buckets on the inside.
Illini Bluffs breaks the press. Lukoviak thought about a 3, now cross court to Buchan. Buchan thought about a 3, now inside. Lukoviak in the paint, drives left, draws a foul. No, they're going to get her dragging her pivot foot there. Lukoviak travels, another turnover. Galena's got the ball, looking to draw themselves within 3 or perhaps 2.
It looked like she tried to argue there that the contact is what caused her to take the extra step, but basketball is a contact sport.
Perhaps she has a case there, but the zebra says goes. Here's Buchan and Galena Pirates student section letting Lukoviak know that you cannot do that in the game of basketball. There's a long 3 here from Heffel. She hits it. Heffel, couple feet beyond the 3-point line. It's a 2-point game just like that. Now Lukoviak looking for options. She has nobody. Inbounds the ball here to Buchan in the coffin corner. Buchan drives hard left. And Illini Bluffs running out of time here. They got to get the ball across half court, and they do not. Yes, they're going to give a timeout instead to Illini Bluffs head coach Jim Belleville. That was absolutely hectic there, Harvey. I thought the whistle was surely for a 10-second violation, but in the nick of time, Coach Belleville, who's a veteran at this, gets a timeout off.
I was doing a mental count in my head, and it got to about 9.5 before that timeout was called. But that's just what happens when you have experience like Belleville does.
I think we all need to step aside and take a little break here. 6:22 to go.
Except for the student section.
Yes, student section.
Student section never takes a break.
They never take a break. They have been loud and rowdy all night long here in Brimfield.
Break is not in their vocabulary.
Absolutely not. Every break in the action, that's their time to shine is the way they see it. And I love it. It's a great part of high school basketball. Absolutely.
And especially, again, talking about how this is a 1A game, that fan support, all the more crucial.
On a neutral site, nonetheless. As we are back in action here, Lukoviak, nice spin move in the paint, looking for a shot. Doesn't have any room, now gives out to Eaton, who drills a 3! Eaton, my goodness, making her presence known, the sophomore Chloe Eaton. She's got 12, which ties Lukoviak for the team lead. Now Galena the other way. Heffel lost it, turnover, Lukoviak's got it. Lukoviak looking to push it. She does, as she puts it up, and one! The hoop, the harm, this place explodes. Illini Bluffs with their biggest lead so far, and Lukoviak, the senior, draws the foul and puts it in. Oh my.
I'm just in shock. I had no words on that possession. She was just able to almost contort her body to get that shot off despite the heavy contact. And that's what good basketball players are made of, finishing through contact and performing when it matters.
Lukoviak converts the free throw. I thought there was no way she was putting that ball in the hoop. The foul didn't surprise me, but the basket sure as heck did.
But that's the fundamentals as well, using the backboard when you're able to.
Heffel gives to Bertram. Galena has to limit their empty possessions from here on out, or they're going to see this historic season come to a close. Bertram to Heffel. Heffel to Furlong. Furlong into the paint. Nice sidestep off the glass. Everything but the finish. Illini Bluffs gets the rebound.
And that's been the story of the game for Furlong. Able to do everything except for make that bucket. Just a bit of an unlucky backboard and rim for her.
And Buchan picked up her dribble and is going to get whistled for a travel, chopping her feet. Jim Belleville not too happy with the call, but a turnover gives Galena the ball and another opportunity to cut into this small lead.
I mean, this is the biggest lead for the Bluffs all game, 8-point lead for them. Looking a bit imposing. But again, 5 minutes, still a lot of time. Seen team score way more than 8 points in 5 minutes.
Tried to go inside to Hopper, but gets the ball, gets to the other side of the court and lays it up, won't get it to go, but there is a foul.
Fouling her may very well be the best strategy, but she's been making her free throws.
Tried to go inside, the Pirates did, to the freshman Hauber. She couldn't hold on to it, and now Lukoviak back to the line, a chance at points number 16 and 17. She does get 17, that'll put her ahead of Heffel for the game lead. As there's 16, nothing but nylon.
And you know, bigs often stereotyped being bad free throw shooters, not the case for Lukoviak.
Not at all. Her second one up and nothing but net. A 10-point lead, first double-digit lead for either side. We got 5 minutes to go as the clock is not running. Staring directly at the clock and it's not running. Now it goes. Here's Hauber. Hands to Furlong. Furlong lost it. Tigers the other way. Full head of steam is Eaton. Puts it up and gets fouled. Doesn't get it to go, but now Eaton back to the line. What a game from Chloe Eaton, the sophomore off the bench, Harvey.
These turnovers coming at the worst possible time for this Pirates squad. Again, you can't fault them. They're trying. They're trying to push the ball up the floor, trying to get those offensive sets. But the Tigers, they're just suffocating them.
Illini Bluffs' first free throw is good from Eaton. Gives them an 11-point lead as this is growing and growing. Galena's got to start fighting back. Second free throw, short rebound by Furlong.
And this is the first time in the entire game where either team is approaching the bonus. Neither team has had more than 3 fouls in a quarter up to this point. But you've got 4 fouls from the Pirates, which might dictate the rest of this game for them. They're going to need some instant offense quick.
Buchan draws a reaching foul there out on the perimeter. And Buchan, the Pirates will take it out under the basket. Really got to limit your empty possessions, as I said earlier a couple minutes ago. Need some buckets. Furlong is a good person to go to when you need buckets. She puts it up just off to the left. Buchan, strong rebound, puts it up. She can't get it to go. That's what he would have liked to have, but Tigers corral the rebound with Brick Buchan controlling it. And no reason to rush right now if you're a Tigers, Harvey.
Definitely not. And for Galena, they just have to finish those shots.
Lukoviak gives to Buchan. Now Buchan looked at the cutting Eaton, decided not to throw it to her wisely. Buchan still dribbling out there with couple seconds, over 4 minutes to go in this game.
Right, no reason to make any of these risky passes.
Here's Fortin just dribbling outside the perimeter. As Robertson thought about a three, wisely didn't take it. Buchan with Bertram all over her. Lukoviak now with Furlong all over her. Lukoviak looks like she might want to go to the rim. Might be time to do so. Robertson gets a screen from Lukoviak. Nobody picked her up. Robertson to the lane and gets it swatted into the stands by Heffel. Nice help defense from Addie Heffel.
Robertson had that bucket, but it looks like she just took maybe half a second too long. 1 or 2 too many dribbles there. And that's what ultimately got the shot blocked. But again, good awareness on that blocked shot there. But this also extends the possession for the Illini.
Read my mind there, Harvey, as Illini Bluffs keeps the ball as opposed to missing a layup and having it go the other way. Here's Eaton, steps up to the free throw line, a little bit too strong is the shot. And Heffel pulls down the rebound.
If you're the Pirates, you want the ball as much as possible in this final 3.5 minutes.
And you got to go here under 3.5. Bertram does just that and draws a foul. They're going to say she did not get fouled in the act of shooting. As Bertram off the spin move went up with it and got bumped, but they're going to say it's on the floor. But I think if you're Galena, you'll take that. At least you still got the ball and a chance to cut into this lead.
They're going to probably determine that the bump is what let the ball go out of her hands.
I think that's probably a fair assumption as Maya McCoy is fouled off the inbound. Another foul. Ball will stay with Galena. They've got to be approaching the bonus, I would imagine.
And that's 3 fouls for Illini Bluffs in this quarter. 4 for Galena. Galena's not committed one in quite a few minutes, so you have to applaud their discipline there.
Inbounding the ball is Heffel. Heffel now inside to Bertram. Bertram back out to Heffel for 3. Doesn't get it to go, but an offensive rebound. Put back up and in. That's Maya McCoy with her first 2.
That's a much-needed bucket. That snaps a bit of a cold streak for them.
Trapped in the corner is Buchan, and it's going to force Coach Jim Belleville to take a timeout, or he is about to see his point guard turn that ball over. Illini Bluffs with a 9-point lead, but I don't know about you, Harvey. I wouldn't feel too comfortable.
A turnover is not what you want right now, so that's a smart strategic timeout. But you've seen the Pirates go on these streaks where they get multiple buckets at once, especially within just minutes of game time. And again, as I said that 5 minutes was a lot of time left, so is 3 minutes and 9 seconds.
I think if you're Galena, I think it's safe to say you cannot be turning the ball over. No extra possessions for Illini Bluffs. You know, in high school, there's no shot clock here, Harvey. Illini Bluffs can hold on to the ball as long as they want. They could take up as much time as they desire. So if you're Galena, you're going to want that ball in your hands. I wouldn't really mind if they do try to throw up a couple threes there. Heffel has had the hot hand. She leads them in scoring with 16. But also going inside with Bertram or Heffel as well, I think you can make a case for, has been semi-successful. It'll be interesting to see what the Pirates elect to do.
Definitely both teams coming to these final 3 minutes, coming in different directions, but both have one goal, and that's to win.
There's a turnover off the inbound. Heffel jumping the route, getting it right back. Galena needs a bucket. Bertram, full head of steam into the lane, now kicks out. Ball's loose. Grabbed in the corner by a Pirate, now gives back to Bertram. Bertram top of the key, that's Furlong. Furlong with Lakoviak on her. Furlong out to McCoy. McCoy to Bertram for 3, well short. Ball's loose, grabbed it by Bertram. She got her own miss and got tripped. That's going to be a foul on the Tigers. Nice hustle there by Bertram, really leaving it all out there in what could potentially be her last game.
I mean, if you're Bertram, you have to be careful to not rush that 3-point shot and also to not get hurt on that play, because that is typically a play that's injury-causing.
Bertram finds the cutting McCoy off the inbound, who had an open layup. Couldn't get it to go, but does get fouled on the body. I think prime opportunity there for an and one, but I'm never going to harm on anybody for not finishing an and one, because you know you got fouled when you're shooting the shot.
It's an and one. You get rewarded with those free throws for a reason.
Furlong drills the first free throw. 31-39 is the score, and Furlong with the ball. Second free throw up in the air, nothing but net. Cool, calm, collected. Tigers basketball up by 7. Bertram a steal off the inbound, puts it up and in. Fast as lightning, Bertram jumped around and put it up and in. It's now a 5-point game. Tigers having some issues getting the ball across half court here. Buchan to Lakoviak. Lakoviak full head of steam, does get it across half court. Now a sidestep into the paint, throws it up, won't get it to go, but an offensive rebound by Fortin. Fortin now gets it out to Buchan, top of the key, corner to Fortin. Fortin to Robertson, and Illini Bluffs slows it down with the 5-point lead. Almost turned the ball over again.
And that last possession instilled some life back in the Pirates' home crowd and the players as well. As you saw Lakoviak on that last play, she tried to initiate the contact as the offensive player, but unfortunately it didn't work. However, the foul going to lead to more free throws.
Addie Heffel commits the foul on Lakoviak out on the perimeter.
Now both teams in the bonus.
I think it's fouling time if you're Galena. You know, like I just said, no shot clock here.
Yep.
Got to get the ball back in your hands as Lakoviak's first free throw is up and good. She is just money from the charity stripe in this one. That gives her 18 points, which is a game lead.
Something important that you as a fan might not notice in this game is the possession error, which is actually in favor of the Tigers.
Koviak's second free throw up and good. 41-34 your score. Pirates basketball now, a long pass into the corner. And Heffel's got it, now gives to Furlong. Furlong into the lane. Sidestep and a blocking foul called on the Tigers as Fortin tried to set her feet and take the contact from Furlong, but just couldn't quite get there in time. And as you just said, that's both teams in the bonus will send Furlong to the line. 1:59 to go. Super-Sectional on the line, coming down to the wire. Furlong's first free throw is nothing but net.
Didn't look like Furlong was necessarily trying to actually attempt a shot there, more just trying to draw that contact for the foul. But she seems comfortable enough hitting the free throws as she hit both of them on her last trip down.
No announcer's curse that time, Harvey. His second one is also good. 5-point game, under 2 minutes to go. Tigers break the press. That's Brenna Davis, the junior, into the game. Lukoviak, top of the key to Buchan. Buchan back to Lukoviak. Illini Bluffs not in any hurry. Bertram hounding Lukoviak, no foul called. Lukoviak keeps the ball, top of the key. Now nice crossover into the lane, kicks out to Eaton. Eaton, nice crossover there on McCoy, who gives to Buchan. Buchan is eventually going to get fouled. That's Furlong hacking her on the arm. Buchan to the free throw line.
I mean, that is necessary at the end of the day. See, minute 31 left. Down by 5, you still could afford to give up just a little bit more time, maybe force the Tigers into doing something less than optimal, but you're going to have to just bank on her missing these free throws.
Buchan does not miss her first free throw. Up and in gives the Tigers a 6-point lead. And this second one, if she can get it to go, will make it a 3-possession game with 91 seconds remaining. Second one is too strong, but bounces right to Lukoviak. Lukoviak offensive rebound, gets it out to Buchan wisely. And 4-10 of the Tigers. There's going to be a jump ball there as Heffel went right after 4-10. Some 20-on-20 crime there. Heffel took it away, but a jump ball was whistled just before.
And that's going to be the possession arrow going back to Galena.
Illini Bluffs has it. And
it'll be important if there's another
Buchan
jump
finds
ball
the
here.
backdoor cut, stolen away. What do you know? Bertram another steal. Galena full head of steam, looking to get to the rack. Heffel has to slow it down and give to Bertram. They got to go to the rack though. Just over a minute to go. Spin move, Bertram. Up will get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up. That one won't go. Fight for the rebound. And I think they're going to get another jump ball here, Harvey.
Both players hit the ground pretty hard there.
Galena, luckily for them, does get that jump ball. Bertram to inbound in a minute, 2 to go. Pirates need buckets and they need them fast. Inbound to Furlong on the right wing, inside. Heffel drives on the just to the left of a free throw line. She gets fouled shooting a floater. She'll take that. Heffel to the free throw line looking for points 17 and 18, which would put her just under 1 for the game, or just under Lily Lukoviak for the game lead. Heffel's first free throw just off to the right.
Oh, unfortunate miss there. You really wanted to make that one to put this game just a little bit closer. But for the Bluffs, this might actually make mathematical sense to start fouling because you're up by 6. You don't want to give up 3-pointers. You're content with banking on the Pirates missing as they have through a decent amount of this game.
I think we could see a foul fest. Second free throw is good. Could see a foul fest through the rest of this one. Tigers basketball.
And this is one of those great coaching debates. When you're up late game, do you foul or do you let them play?
They've got a 5-point lead, do the Tigers, and Coach Belleville having a chat with one of our officials here as number 14, Reese Cruitt, checks into the game. Belleville not happy about something, but referees seem to be in agreement. So Tigers basketball, they'll have to break another Galena press into the corner. They do break the press perfectly. And being pushed off the ball, that's going to be a foul on Furlong. That was the junior Brenna Davis with the ball, and Furlong came up and just kind of pushed her with the body. That's what you got to do. Running out of time here for the Pirates. It'll send Davis to the free throw line.
Almost looked like she was about to not beat the press, but ultimately the contact became too much on the arm and not enough on the ball. That's going to be a missed free throw there from Brenna Davis. As it remains just a 5-point game.
Illini Bluffs looking to extend this one. 53 seconds separates them in a super-sectional title and a trip to Bloomington Normal. Second free throw is also no good. Furlong the rebound. The Pirates have got to go, and they've got to go quick. Into the corner. That's McCoy, and she traveled.
Oh, an unfortunate turnover there. Heartbreaking, as that could have been the difference maker between a 1 and 2 possession game. It stays at 2 possessions and gives the Bluffs the ball.
McCoy just didn't really know what to do. Bluffs do have to break another press. And stepping on the line. No, they're going to call a foul. That was Buchan trying to get past her defenders. She stepped on the line, but a foul on McCoy is going to be called. We'll send Buchan to the line. So it's just been Tiger after Tiger at the free throw line.
It's been a revolving door of free throw shooters for the Tigers, but they've been up to the task. Apart from that last trip where they did miss both free throws, they have a chance to redeem themselves here. Ooh, and a bouncing free throw.
That one, front iron, back iron, up off the top of the backboard, and it found its way through to make it a 6-point game. Crowd silences for Buchan's second free throw. And that one is short, rebound, strong rebound, Furlong. Pirates looking to push the pace again. A nice hesitation for Furlong into the rack. She gets it swatted away. Up ahead to Lukoviak. She shoots a layup. She gets it to go. Lukoviak on the break. She goes down and is not getting up. Illini Bluffs got that ball right back, broke the press, and laid it up and in with Lukoviak for her 21st point. Lukoviak went down and whistled there. Looked like she might be injured. She looks to be in a little bit of pain coming off the court as they sub her out. Let's hope she's all right here.
That might have been the game sealer, as Galena, they still have 3 timeouts, but haven't used either in these final few minutes.
Heffel chucks a 3. It won't go. Long rebound is off of a blue jersey. Tigers get the ball right back. And you can hear it. Listen to those fans. The Illini Bluff faithful, 19 seconds away from celebrating a super-sectional title. And over and back call on the Tigers will turn it over to the Pirates. I think for the Pirates here, Harvey, get it to somebody and chuck a 3.
Yeah, the corners might be your best bet in terms of spacing, but unless we see the second coming of Reggie Miller here, we might have a Tigers victory and see them moving on.
Crazier things have happened in America's original March Madness here in Illinois. Lukoviak back into the game, by the way. She's grabbing that foot. She seems to be all right, so a collective exhale for the Tigers as there's a foul. That was Fortin going for the steal on Furlong. Basically clocked her, I think. I don't know if Illini Bluffs football coach is in attendance, but she might want to take a look at that hit from Fortin and sign her up as a linebacker. But nevertheless, Furlong for the Pirates will go to the rack and obviously has to make both if Galena wants any chance.
Before that miss, I was going to say that if you're the Pirates, you want to make the first one and then intentionally miss the second one and hope you get it back for a possible 4-point possession. But now you have to hope that you get it back once again.
That's a good point as the second one up and in, and Galena will take their use it or lose it timeout. 13 seconds. If you're Illini Bluffs, just inbound the ball, take the contact, make a couple free throws. Don't even think you have to make them all at this point. But barring a disaster, they will be heading to a state semifinal to take on either Altamont or Cissna Park. That game being played in Farmer City down south in Blue Ridge.
If you're the Tigers here, all you pretty much have to do is break the press.
Yeah, as I get a score update here, Altamont and Cissna Park separated by 2 points. It's Altamont 44, Cissna Park 42 with 2 minutes to go. As I said, the winner of that one will match up with the winner of this one, presumably Illini Bluffs, barring a disaster. In Bloomington Normal, Thursday morning, times TBA. Both teams break their huddles. Perhaps the last time the Galena Pirates will break a huddle as Lukoviak to inbound it. Gives to Robertson, who falls to the ground, and that's going to be a foul on Leah Heller, the freshman, into the game for the Pirates.
That's what you have to do. Pretty much no other alternative option. But you're down by this much. Might just end up being too little too late. The Pirates played a good game. To commend themselves. They tried, put in all their effort, put everything on the line. Just might end up coming a little bit short.
This is
it is not over until the buzzer sounds.
Absolutely. And first free throw is no good from Robertson. Galena, not much to hang your head about. Finishing with presumably a 31-2 record. I think you'll take a trip to the Super-Sectionals every year. This absolute juggernaut in 1A that will absolutely be back next year. Second free throw, also no good, but Lakoviak grabs the rebound, puts it back up. It's that one's not good, but it's eventually going to be cleaned up by Reese Pruitt, who gets hers, and the clock down to 0. Illini Bluffs Tigers, Super-Sectional champions. The Tigers are Bloomington normal bound. An absolute amazing scene here from Brimfield. Student section pours out onto the sidelines. Can't go out there quite yet. Hugs, high fives, smiles galore for the Illini Bluff faithful. They will play for a state semifinal and perhaps a state final championship next weekend. Absolute mayhem from the orange and black. What a game from both sides. What a game from Lakoviak. What a game from these Illini Bluffs Tigers. A 1A school, it just means more. The community's tighter. All these girls, I'm sure, are best friends. They know each other's parents and all that. Just a great scene here from Brimfield.
And if you're the Pirates, again, you tried as hard as you could. Heffel with the 20 points and just only 2 fouls. A very disciplined game from her. As you see, the Bluffs accepting the Super-Sectional trophy as the fans storm the court there.
Court storm the action here from Illini Bluffs student section. And back to your point on Galena, Harvey, just not much to hang your head about. I know if you are Coach Jamie Watson, you were thinking this is the season. You've been to the state championship game. There's the state semifinals 2 seasons in a row. You thought you were going to get back there this time and come out with a victory this time with your 31-1 record. Just not meant to be, but they will be back. They return everybody but 2 players, only 2 seniors on this Galena team. That's Taylor Burcham and Addie Heffel, admittedly 2 of their better players. But if you're Coach Jamie Watson and you're part of that Galena Pirate fan base, you'll be back.
You have Furlong returning, and you hope that this will not be the peak of the Galena Pirates, as we hope to see them again in future years. And the best of luck to the Illini Bluffs Tigers in their continued run, hopefully.
Illini Bluffs will take on Altamont or Cissna Park Thursday morning in what is going to be an incredible matchup. Seems to always be incredible matchups when you get to campus of Illinois State there at Red Bird Arena. Anything can happen. Anybody can come out on top. What do you think Illini Bluffs has to do to come out on top, Harvey?
Again, it was forcing those turnovers, making your opponent feel uncomfortable, forcing them into situations that they don't feel comfortable in, forcing them to settle for threes, forcing them to take difficult shots, and drawing a lot of fouls. Again, that momentum shift at the beginning of the 4th quarter and the tail end of the 3rd by proxy was what ultimately led them in this game, and then they were able to hold that lead with their stellar defense as well. Keep doing what you're doing, play your own game, stay disciplined.
Don't let the atmosphere of normal Red Bird Arena get to you. You know, you're playing where Division I athletes play. That can be just a tad bit nerve-wracking, I would imagine. Altamont, I am told, 5-point lead over Cissna Park with under a minute to go. So if Altamont, barring something crazy, looks like it will be Altamont Indians versus Illini Bluffs Tigers Thursday morning with a chance to play in a state championship on the line. So hats off to the Galena Pirates. Harvey, any last thoughts here as we cap off a great basketball game and Illini Bluffs celebrates out there on the court? Just any last thoughts regarding either team?
We hope you stay tuned in for more great basketball from both of these teams over the next few years or however many years. But again, best of luck to the Tigers. This is the time of celebration, but you have to think about next game as well.
Remember these names, these Illini Bluffs Tigers, they could be the names hoisting that first place trophy come Saturday. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media at Clutch Sports IL, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of that. Stay up to date with us and any potential broadcasts we could be doing from Redbird Arena there in Normal. But that'll about wrap it up here from Brimfield. Your final score once more, 47-41. The Illini Bluffs Tigers are Super-Sectional champions as they celebrate, take pictures, and hug smiles galore. That'll do it for us. For my entire crew, I'm Dalton Carmine, joined by my partner Harvey Newcomb, Brock Engel on our pictures and social media, and our writer Owen Dimfel. That'll do it. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us here on Clutch Sports Media.
Good night.